have a good story. Now, recently I've been thinking a lot about sort of like my favorite characters from movies and books and other things like that, and I sort of started to realize that there's a reason that all these characters are our favorites, and that's that they go through challenges and adversity and they overcome them and they become better and they change and they grow and they evolve, and they're enjoyable to watch because they have a good story. They all have a good story, right? They make the movie or the book or whatever, they make it a good and enjoyable story because they themselves have a good story, right? And what I'm getting at here is we can be just like these characters. We can have an amazing story, right? We can have story that we can tell our grandchildren for generations and generations. A side note is that my grandpa, we were having dinner one time, and he was recounting all these old stories, and I'd heard a lot of them before, but he was just telling them again, and telling these stories of when he was younger and the adventures he had and the trouble he got in, and how he almost got in trouble with the police one time, and it was just wild. And I thought about it, and I realized that so many people, like our generation, like this modern, we're like Gen Alpha, Gen Z, like this new group of people that are coming up and are one day going to be old, just like he is, and one day going to be telling stories to their grandchildren. And it sort of hit me that a lot of people don't really have a story to tell. A lot of people, the way we're living right now, because a lot of the stories that people get to tell are from their 20s, right? The 20s are when you make your stories, right? Because you get kids, you get your career, and you get busy, right? So your 20s are that time of your life when you get your crazy stories. And of course, you're never too late. You can get some awesome stories from when you're older or younger or whenever, right? There's no set time of when you can really start to live a good life. But it sort of hit me that a lot of people in their 20s aren't living a good life. They're addicted to drugs. They're addicted to drinking and alcohol, and they're addicted to video games and laziness, and they're spending all day just sitting around. Because I used to be super addicted to video games, right? I'm to the point where I still struggle with my addiction to video games. I'm to the point where I really can't go back properly with moderation, right? I can't only play 1 hour a week. I just can't do it, right? Because I'm gonna get addicted, I'm gonna get hooked, and I'm gonna end up wasting an entire day on there. And that's just how I am, right? I know that. I learned that for myself. I struggled with that for many years. Of course, some people are better and they can only play an hour a day or whatever. And I started to realize that what really got me to quit video games and to quit this addiction that I had for so long was the fact that I started to think about the stories my dad would tell me, the stories my grandpa would tell me, the stories my grandma would tell me about their childhood and about, what they were doing when they were my age. And it started to hit me that, I live in this beautiful place, right? I live on a farm, right, in the middle of nowhere. There's the closest town is about 30 minutes away. So I'm out in the middle of nowhere, right? And I have this amazing place where I live. I love it here so much. And I wasn't enjoying it very much at all. I was spending most of my day inside. There would literally be days where I wouldn't see the sun. Like, I wouldn't leave the house at all. I wouldn't even poke my head outside to let the dog out or anything. I would just sit upstairs in our game room, and me and my brother would just play video games all day long. And I started to think about the stories that I'll tell my grandchildren. And well, I'm not going to tell them about how I played video games every day, right? I'm not going to tell them about my Minecraft world because no one cares. I'm going to tell them what I actually did outside in the real world, right? And you're no different, right? Maybe you're struggling just like I was with video games right now, right? Maybe you're struggling with laziness and sitting inside all day. Maybe you're struggling with just being bored and unmotivated and not doing much. Listen, you have the potential to have an amazing life and amazing stories to tell. You can be your own favorite character. You can be the main character of your own story, right? Because right now, you're sitting inside all day playing video games. It probably feels like you're a side character. It probably feels like you're just one of those underpaid actors who just show up and stack milk in the background, right? That's probably what you feel like right now. You're not doing much. but you can be the star. You can be the character that has your face on the billboard of the movie, right? You can be that guy. All you have to do is live a story, right? Instead of playing video games all day, maybe go to a park, right? And I know it sounds cheesy, like, oh, go outside, touch grass, blah, 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 blah. But honestly, go like to a random restaurant for no reason and just eat there just because, right? Go, you know, prank your friend or whatever. Go invite people over to your house, have like a bonfire or something. Go play football in the park. Like, do stuff, right? Make memories that are gonna last for the rest of your life, right? Because you only get one life, right? Only one. And that's it. It's over, right? One day, at the end of your life, one day you're gonna be dying, right? And you're gonna be looking back on your life, and your life's gonna flash before your eyes, or whatever happens when you die. I don't know. And what do you want to see? Do you want to see adventure? Do you want to see epic experiences? Do you want to see you helping others, you being a good person, you being there for your friends and your family, and sometimes even strangers, you actually living a good life? Or do you want to see sitting on your couch all day eating potato chips and watching Stranger Things? Is that what you want to see, right? No. You want to see an actual story. We as human beings, we love stories. We love being entertained. We love seeing and hearing about experiences and things that have happened to other people. When you're dying, the greatest story you could possibly hear is going to be the one of your life. But it's up to you how good that story is. So live. Take that vacation you've been wanting to take, you've been dreaming about, right? Make up with your friend or your loved one. Call your mother, whatever you need to do. Because you only get one chance. Only get one story. And that's it. So live your life. That's all I got for today. And God bless you, and stay wild.